What's up, guys? So today we have a very special guest here with us. You probably recognize his face already. And we are going to talk on the topic of love, attracting love, manifestation, and how you can actually attract love instantly using law of attraction. So I think maybe you give them a little intro about yourself will probably be better because he does a little bit of everything. He's got this like love thing, this love message going out there. And you know, I don't just like collaborate with anybody out there. Like it's all about alignment and finding the right people. And I just see that love you're putting out there, positivity. And I was like, man, I'm gonna make that effort to be here today on my birthday.
Yes, birthday boy. Yes, I love that, man. I'm so honored to even be able to share space with you on this beautiful, magnificent day. It's sunny, it's perfect, and you're out here in LA, man. So like, once again, like truly, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Absolutely, and likewise. And I'm gonna say this for them because not all of them get to say this to you, but because you keep showing up, despite anything that circumstances that may want you not to. Because you keep doing that, you are actually serving people in a way in which you will never see the end of your giving. And that's a big deal. It's a really big deal, especially as somebody who does a similar thing. I know how many things that come into your space and how tired you can get at times and how stressful the whole thing can be to hold so much. And for you to keep stepping in and be so consistent and persistent really means a lot. And same for me. I say no to a lot of stuff, a lot. And even energetically, I get hundreds of messages every couple of days. I literally just scroll and then I'll energetically go, that one.
That's right.
And like legit, that's what I did on yours. And for me, the universe, God, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, Jesus, whatever you want to call that, source energy, source intelligence, whatever that is always speaking to, through, and as us. And
this is so amazing. We speak the same language, you
yes,
know?
We do.
Two people from two sides of the world, you know, come together and then never met before, speak the same language.
Yeah, man.
That is tapping into the same collective intelligence out there, you know?
No talk, no talk. You know, it's interesting because for them to even be watching this and for us to be in the same space, there's a frequency that we share, right? And we can all walk into a bookstore and see different books based on the level of consciousness and paradigm we have at that point. And you know, my experience of you even thus far is that maybe we're not on the exact same page because everybody's in different pages and different journeys, but we can see similar books.
That's right.
And that's fun. That's like it's like when you're a kid and you find, you know, there's a kid at the playground. You're like, you want to play? Yeah, I want to play. Let's do this. You know?
Yeah. So there's a guy called Bucky Fuller. I don't know if you've heard of him before. I love it when he talks about radio frequencies. And it's just like fine tuning.
Yes.
And if you tune into a frequency, suddenly you hear and see everything of that frequency, right? And I think this is why you guys are here as well. There's no accidents that happen. You know, everything is in alignment. And so anyway, on this topic of love,
yes,
you're this like love guru.
Some people say that. Yeah, I love love.
Right.
And I think that it's everything. It's what we're swimming in even right now. Like there is no moment or space where God or source stops. And so all of this is love, even if we can't see it. But yes.
So for people who want to attract love, using what they call the law of attraction.
Yes.
And they say they want to do it instantly, right? So what needs, because there are multiple things that need to be in alignment for that to happen, right? It's not as simple as, okay, vision board, where is it, you know?
Yes.
So what are the key fundamentals? What are the key foundations? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so this is a deep one, right? Okay, so we cannot have what we want, but we may experience what we have. And I'm going to say that again because this is something I remind myself of.
You guys get that down.
Yes. We cannot have what we want, but we may experience what we have.
That's beautiful.
And so the first place to go is an internal checking in. What do I have right now? What do I have? Well, I got 2 eyes, I got breath, I got a heart that's beating nonstop. No matter how hard I am on myself, no matter what comes up for me, it just keeps going. I got people that love me. I got people that care for me. I got people who I love. Whoa, right? And now as we're pouring in, we're revving the engine. We're literally sending a signal to the universe. Yes, 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 yes. And that yes becomes a frequency for people to catch. Now I want to say this to all of you who are single. Your person exists right now. They are a human on the planet right now. And when you step into alignment like that, which is our birthright, it's like shooting an invisible laser over to them. And what begins to happen is the universe will make a way to have you guys find each other and bang, right? But it already happened the moment you took inventory of what you do have. So I'll put that in the space for now. There's a lot more.
So what they do have, but they are feeling right now probably, I'm guessing, the lack of love.
Yes.
And that's why they want to attract love.
Exactly.
So how do you think, because this is probably the challenge they're facing, is how do they shift from, right now they're wanting it, they're lacking.
Yes.
But you're saying come from a space where they have, but they feel like they don't have. So what's the solution for shifting that thinking?
So
it's hard.
I just said what it was, but I'll say it another way, right? These are all different entry points into what's already there.
Yeah.
So it's like a bunch of mud on a glass window. You know, we're wiping off that window so we can see a little more clearly with the eye behind the eye, right? And so all of this work is an involution, which then leads to an evolution, which then, when a bunch of us get together, that becomes the revolution, right? And so, for me, whenever I'm experiencing myself thinking from lack and limitation, from scarcity, not enoughness, oh, I'll never find him, oh, every guy I date ends up being an a-hole, or all of the, the meaning-making that we do as humans, I get into my body, because we need to change our physiology, right? Because if you notice, when someone's speaking about things that aren't, right? When we're speaking about lack, when we're speaking about scarcity and fear, the body starts to do a particular thing. And it also, the breathing isn't as clear. So we shift the physiology, we breathe into the bottom of the belly. Yes, breathe into the bottom of the belly to create more oxygen in the brain. And then, shake it out, giggle, smile, all of that goes back to what I said earlier. Which
all of the high vibrational frequencies.
Exactly. You cannot have what you want, but you may experience what you have. And so, here's another thing to ponder. And this, for me, has changed my life, and I still do this to this day. I get my questions answered, and my answers questioned. That will change your whole life forever. Legitimately, if you're hearing this, let this land. When something's up for me, right? Because life is a series of questions. Some of us ask empowering questions. Some of us ask disempowering questions. Why is this happening to me? Why am I so fat? Why am I so ugly? Why am I so skinny? Why am I so short? Right? The universe, God, Google has to answer that. You talk about this all the time, so I know we're speaking the same language. When I ask an empowering question, Google, God, the universe, Jesus, has to answer that. And so, most people are on default. They're operating on default and not understanding that we are social and historical beings, which means we were born into beliefs and interpretations. So if you were born in London, you may have a different belief and interpretation about something that maybe would be different for me. Or if you were, born Asian or black, you may have a different interpretation of particular things. And so who your mother was, who your father was, who they weren't, how they thought, who they were wounded by, all plays a factor in the thinking. So the idea that I am this blank canvas just creating from nothing is not actually true, in my opinion. All of us have years and years and different people's perspectives floating into our space. And so I'm going to end this right here. So once we have an awareness, we now have a choice. And the awareness comes from getting your questions answered, which would be the first thought, like, or the second thought. Oh, yeah, I hear you, but I'll never attract a guy like that. Right? That's first level. Second level is to get that answer questioned. But is that true? Is that true for me? Do I know that to be a fact, or am I making up a story based on past circumstances? Am I getting closer to my guy or to my girl, or am I getting further from them? Because both of those will create. The universe is creative. We're always co-creating. You get what I'm saying, brother? Like,
of course, of course.
Yeah, you, of course you do.
I'm just enjoying this, you know. It's like watching. You know, I've done a few collaborations before, but then actually seeing somebody channel in a very similar way, like just that vessel and allowing this energy and this frequency just to come through us, and that message just to land exactly how it's supposed to be. It's just amazing to watch. Like,
appreciate you, man.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I think that you know, the people want it instantly. Everyone wants everything instantly.
Yes.
And I think that what you're saying there is, I mean, you tell me if this is what I'm getting from it.
Yeah.
Everything is about we attract who we are, what we are,
yes.
our vibrations. And so what you're saying here is that when we allow ourselves to vibrate at that joy and love, and actually be in love and be our joy now, not when we have it or when we think we've claimed it, but now, then naturally what will come is that love.
More of that. The universe has to match it every single time.
And it's that simple.
Exactly. And here's like how to take it to a whole nother level, right?
They like this.
So like for instance, right? I'm experiencing joy right now. I'm in alignment. Like I feel we're in a deep conversation. You guys are a part of this as well. Yeah. Now I can stop there, or I can start to pick up the little nuances and have those things take me even higher, right? So there's like this is a really cool guy. Right? Within all of this, I can take this to another level just by what I'm putting my attention and intention on. Right? So if my and let me break this down in another way. Some people come to me and they say, Preston, I hear you, but I'm like just coming out of depression. What do I do about that? And how I explain it is like, imagine you're in a desert. Right? Like you're in a vast desert, and you've been walking for days and miles, and you see a tree in the distance, and this time it's not a mirage. You see the tree, right? Which the tree is this right here. If you're even on this channel, your tree has arisen, right? So you see the tree, and you walk towards it, and you're really excited because you haven't had any food or anything to drink for days, and so you get to the tree. And you see, way at the top on the skinny branches are some of the best fruit. Let's say it's mangoes, right? It's juicy mangoes, which is like, you know that if you get one bite of that mango, you're just gonna go into heaven, right? And a little lower down the tree is some older, sort of a little more not worn mangoes, not as juicy as those ones. And so what people tend to do is they are in a state of, let's say, experiencing not depression, but a mood of sadness for longer than they would like to experience. A mood of anger for longer than they would like to experience. And so my suggestion to those people, and I do this for myself all the time, is instead of trying to hurry up and climb to the top, where you don't have the energy, you don't have the vitality to do that, just grab what you can. Grab what you can. And that looks like what makes my heart smile. What lights me up? It could be so simple. You know that one of the things that lights me up is typing in bloopers, newscaster bloopers on YouTube and watching them laugh and try not to laugh when they're on camera. That lights me up. Going to the ocean, getting into nature, surfing, allowing the waves and the flow and the poetry of nature to just envelop me. These are all low-hanging fruit. And once you get the low-hanging fruit, and you take a bite of that and you allow it to penetrate and permeate your body, what happens is you get the strength and the vitality to climb a little higher.
Nice.
And once you get a little higher, you get out on those skinny branches. Now we're cooking. And that's the game. That's the game. That's how to
one step
go
at a time.
boom.
One step at a time. Yeah. People are thinking, how do I get to his level right now? But it's
Yes.
not about how to get to his level.
Or Eric.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Let me ask you this, and I don't know if you took, like, we can cut this out if you don't.
We may cut this
We
out.
may cut this out. Have you talked about how you manifested your queen?
Once I started to align myself and be in love with myself, be comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, that is when it happened. And I think that, a lot of people, they are trying to find love outside. That's the problem. And when you find love inside, naturally you become that vibration. Therefore, you attract just what you're saying there. So I think it's work on stuff. How can we be in love? How can we be joyful? How can we be just having this orgasmic feeling without needing somebody else there?
Yes.
And once we, like you said, step by step, get ourselves to be able to experience that, naturally it will come.
Boom.
I just want to say a big thank you for being here. And also, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know your views and your comments. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from as well. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, see you later. Ciao.